Alright guys, so obviously, with the update to the Dragon Link deck profile that I released the other day, even though I didn't give the hand testing video for the previous one because, well, honestly, with the changes, I would rather show you a hand testing video with this, so it makes a lot more sense showing you a hand testing video with this. We are showing you the new version of Dragon Link in this hand testing video, the version where you can still bust a lock, where you can still abuse all the stuff you would in Dragon Link, and where Charmander is right here saying, yes, yes, show it to them, show it to them. They want to see it, they're going to see it, they're going to do it, yes, yes. And Charmander's just been wanting me to show you case this ever since the ban list dropped, and he was like, yeah, that works. DMZ Dragon lets you bust a lock with ease. Oh god, Konami, what mistakes have you made? And yeah, so we're gonna cut this deck up. We're gonna draw 5 cards. Hopefully we won't brick, because you can sometimes brick. You can draw too many hand traps, you can draw no combo pieces, and we're gonna see what we can do with the first 5 cards. So let's get into some hand tests, guys. So we open up the Safer, the Brick, Lance, Chaos. Okay, this hand is actually pretty sick, even though we did open the Red Eyes Black Dragon, which is a brick. It's fine, we can still do everything we want to do, so let's get into it. So starting off, we obviously start off with our 1-card starter card in the Star Liege Seifert, and we're going to use his effect to tribute him and summon a dragon from, we'll add a dragon from our deck to our hand. We're going to go ahead and add the Collapse Serpent, wherever he is. He's somewhere here, there he is. And then we're going to go ahead and banish the Star Liege and special the Collapse Serpent. We're then going to go ahead and link the Collapse Serpent, summon out the Striker Dragon. We're then going to use the Striker Dragon's effect to go ahead as Chaining 1, and then the Collapse Serpent as Chaining 2, to go ahead and search from our deck a White Dragon, and also then the Boot Sector launch. Wherever it is, where's the Boot Sector? It's somewhere here. It's definitely here. There it is. So we go ahead and add those 2 to the hand. We're then going to, as you would, banish the Collapse Serpent and special summon the Wyvern Buster to the board. We're going to link these 2 together, and we're going to summon a Romulus from our hand. And we're going to use Romulus's effect to go ahead and add a Dragoonity monster, Dragon's Ravine, or a Dragoonity spell or trap from our deck to our hand. The card we're going to add, which is our only target right now because we draw a Lance, is Dragoon's Ravine. So we're going to go ahead and add Dragon Ravine from our deck to our hand, like so. And currently, guys, we've only used 1 card, and we are currently 2 cards up, and we can use both of these cards right now very easily. So what we're going to do is, because we opened the Dragon's Ravine, we're going to go ahead and use the Dragon's Ravine, and we're going to activate its effect to discard the Red Eyes Black Dragon and send to the graveyard Abzerata Dragon. We're then going to trigger Abzerata Dragon, and we're going to go ahead and add the Rocket Tracer, because Rocket Tracer is very, very important to the combos. So we go ahead and add the Rocket Tracer from our deck to our hand. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get rid of the Dragon's Ravine and activate the Boot Sector launch. We're then going to go ahead and trigger Boot Sector launch, and we're going to special summon out the Rocket Tracer and the Rocket Synchron, because we did open the Rocket Synchron. And we're going to go ahead and then link these 2 into our Crystron Halqifibrax. We're going to then use Crystron Halqifibrax's effect, special summoning from our deck our Buster Destruction Sword, the card that Konami gave us back. 2 free. Konami! Why? But we go ahead and summon the Buster Sword from our deck, and then we're going to go ahead and link these 2 into our first negate, which is going to be our Appaloosa. So currently we've got the Appaloosa on 2 negates. We're then going to go ahead and link the Destruction Sword, and we're going to summon out our God Dragon LP. We're then going to use LP's effect to special summon a DMZ Dragon from our deck, like so. Wherever he is. Where is he? Where's that DMZ? Where is he? There he is. So we're going to go ahead and special summon the DMZ Dragon from the deck, and then we're going to go ahead and use DMZ's effect to go ahead and target our LP and our Destruction Sword engrave. Now you're probably thinking, why summon the equip the Destruction Sword now? You're just gonna get rid of the LP. But that's because Destruction Sword has an effect. While this card is equipped to a monster, you can special summon this card. You can only use this effect once per turn. So we're gonna go ahead and special summon this card because it's equipped to the LP, and this card literally does not have any restriction to you summoning the destroyed monster, because it says once per turn you can target one level 4 lower dragon monster in your graveyard and one dragon monster you control. Equip that monster in your graveyard to that monster on the field as an equip spell. That makes it gain 500 attack. At the end of the damage step, if your monster equipped with an equipped spell, equipped card attacked, you can banish this card from your graveyard, destroy as many cards as possible equipped to that monster, and if you do, that monster can attack again in a row. So pretty much, this card has no restrictions for you to summon the monster you equip, so we're going to summon the Destruction Sword. Now, next what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and link the DMZ Dragon, and we're going to summon back the Pisty. We're then going to go ahead and use the Pisty's effect to summon out the DMZ Dragon. Now, currently, our board is pretty sick. We've got the Pisty, we've got the LP, we've got the Destruction Sword, and we've got the DMZ Dragon again. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and use... Well, we're going to go ahead, because we've opened it, we're going to go and use the Chaos Dragon Legionnaires effect. We're going to go ahead and banish 1, 2, 3 dark monsters, banish these, summon out the Chaos Dragon Legionnaire, get rid of one card in our opponent's hand. So we've used a negate and we've got rid of one card. We've got a negate and we've got rid of one card in our opponent's hand. We're then going to go ahead and link all of these, and we're going to summon out our Saruja Skull Dread. And then we're going to use Saruja to draw 4 cards from the deck and put 1 back. So we drew 4. And we've drawn pretty good. We've got a revive card to revive our Tracer Dragon, which is kind of what I wanted in this situation, just so we could guarantee the Boral Savage on the board. So we've currently got this. We're going to go ahead and put back the free hand. Well, we're not using the Lance now, seeing as we've already gone into that. But no, we'll keep the Lance because actually we're going to use it. So we're going to go ahead and put the free hand traps back into the deck. Actually, no, we can't use the Lance. Robert missed his opportunity. So Charmander, yes, I made a misplay. Don't flamethrow me for it. I made a mistake. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep the Ash Blossom and we're going to put these 3 back into the deck, because I did actually lose out on getting some additional free resources. But now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and use the Guard Dragon, the World Legacy Guard Dragon, and we're going to summon back the Tracer Dragon. We're then going to go ahead and use the Tracer Dragon's effect, which is going to destroy the Quick Launch, and we're going to summon from our deck a Rocket Monster. The monster we're going to summon is going to be a Rocket Recharger. And then we're going to go ahead and synchro these 2 into our Boral Savage Dragon. Boral Savage is going to trigger. And we're going to go ahead and equip any Link monster from the deck graveyard. We're going to equip the Crystal Hack Fibrax, giving this 2 negates. So now what we've got on board is we've got rid of 1 card in our opponent's hand. We've got Appaloosa with 2 negates, and we've got an Omni Negate in Boral Savage. Now, we're going to go ahead and use the DMZ Dragon, which is going to go ahead and equip to our Boral Savage the Destruction Sword. So now what we've done is we've gotten rid of 1 card in our opponent's hand, we've got 2 negates here, 1 negate here, and we've locked our opponent out of the extract. And the funny thing is, we're not done! Yeah, we're not done. We're still going to go a little bit further. We're going to now link DMZ Dragon, and we're going to go ahead and summon out our Striker Dragon. We're then going to go ahead and use Striker Dragon's effect, destroying Striker Dragon, and adding the Rocket Recharger from our graveyard to our hand. Now, because of these 2 happen simultaneously, we're going to trigger the Rocket Recharger's effect, and we're going to target our Striker Dragon. So we discard the Rocket Recharger, and we're going to special summon any dragon monster from our graveyard. Now, this could literally be any monster you want, as long as it has a different name. Just for sake, we're going to go ahead and summon out... It really doesn't matter. Like, what I would want to summon out is probably the Tracer Dragon, but the Tracer Dragon's not going to really do much. Something that sometimes when you do this whole combo, you don't make the Saruja Skull Dread, and you'll have an additional monster on board, so you can go ahead and make the IP and guarantee things on your opponent's turn. But because we don't have that, I think we're just going to go ahead and summon anything. So we're just going to summon the Rocket Tracer Dragon. So we can have that. And also, guys, if you did go the route with Dragoonity Lance, what we could have done would have actually been a lot better. Because if I use the Dragoonity Lance to go ahead and equip the Phalanx from the deck, what we could have done is we could have just summoned the DMZ Dragon again, equipped the Phalanx to like Savage or the Skull Dread again, because we could just summon this out instead of the Tracer. And then what we can do is we can summon the Phalanx, and then we can just go ahead and turn these two into an IP Masquerena. So we go ahead and have also the lock on our opponent's turn, where we can just go ahead and, you know, make the underworld goddess and look at our opponent. But that's pretty much where this combo ends. So with this one hand, we had ended on a board where we had Boros Savage, we have Boros Savage Dragon, we have Saruja Skull Dread, we have Appaloosa with 2 negates, we've locked our opponent out of their extra deck, and we don't really need to care about our opponent at all, which is absolutely insane how with just the one hand that we got. Now, obviously, we might not have ended on the Boros Savage. We were definitely going to end with the Buster Lock and the 2 negates because we made the Saruja Skull Dread, but this hand could have been completely different, but nonetheless, we would have ended on a Destruction Sword, because literally it only takes one card in the entire deck to literally end on the Destruction Sword, which I think is absolutely insane. But that's only the first test hand. We literally ended on a hand loop from our opponent's hand. We got rid of 1 card in their hand, 2 negates, 1 negate there, and then extra deck lock, which I honestly just think is nuts how you're able to do that just because Konami gave us back Destruction Sword and how this stupid card exists right here. Like, it's absolutely insane. And the funny thing is, you don't actually even need to do the Buster Lock in Dragon Link. You can actually end on really insane boards with multiple negates and also having all these other cards going off and all these other things. But this is just the way that I'm choosing to play this version of Dragon Link. I honestly think that the Buster Sword lock is absolutely insane, and I think it's just dumb how Konami have allowed that. But anyway, let's go ahead and do another test hand, see if we can get to a board similar to that or even better than that, because obviously these are random hands and I didn't use the Lance, which was a big mistake, because if I'd used the Lance, we could have gotten a slightly better board with the IP Masquerena as well. And Charmander, he doesn't seem happy about that, how I misplayed. He doesn't like it when I misplay. But yeah, let's go ahead, shuffle this up, see what we can get. Hopefully it'll be a lot better. And yeah, let's see. So we go ahead and cut there. Hopefully we don't brick on this hand, and we'll see what we get. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. Let's see what we got. So we open the Rocket Tracer, the Chaos Dragon Levianeer again. That's actually kind of funny. World Legacy Guard Dragons, Monster Reborn, and a Rocket Recharger. Okay, so this hand technically doesn't have the 1 card starter stuff, so it's going to be a little different with how we play this hand probably. So let's see what we do. So we're going to start off by normal summoning the Rocket Tracer, and we're going to link the Tracer, and we're going to summon out the Striker Dragon. We're then going to go ahead and use the Striker Dragon's effect to add the Boot Sector launch from our deck to our hand. Wherever it is. Where's the Boot Sector? There it is. So we add the Boot Sector launch from our deck to our hands. And then we're going to go ahead and use the Striker Dragon's effect to pop himself to add the Tracer Dragon back to our hand. We're going to then go ahead and activate the Boot Sector launch, and we're going to use the Boot Sector launch to go ahead and special summon the Recharger and the Tracer Dragon from our hands. Now, I just want to make sure this isn't a hard once per turn effect. You can only use each effect. Okay, so we can't go ahead and use its return effect later on in the turn. But we did need to get the Retracer back, so it was kind of understandable. Maybe if I didn't summon the Tracer Dragon, it would have been slightly better, but it's fine. So we're going to go ahead and summon these 2 from the hand, and then we're going to go ahead and link these 2 into our Crystron Halki Fibrax. So we go ahead and summon Halki Fibrax. We're going to then use Halki Fibrax's effect, which is going to special summon our Destruction Sword from the deck. Like, this is actually a route that I've never gone down, because I'm still exploring new combos with this deck where you can potentially do. So this is actually kind of interesting to see where we go here. So we go ahead and summon the Destruction Sword from the deck. We're then going to go ahead and use the World Legacy Guard Dragon, and World Legacy Guard Dragon is going to revive our Tracer Dragon from the graveyard. So we'll summon it there, and we're going to then link away the Destruction Sword, and we're going to summon out our LP. We're then going to use World Legacy Guard Dragon to move the LP, and we're going to use LP's effect to go ahead and special summon a dragon from the deck. The dragon we're going to summon is going to be the DMZ Dragon. Wherever he is. Where is he? So we summon the DMZ Dragon, and then we're going to use the DMZ Dragon to equip the Destruction Sword to the Rocket Tracer, and then we're going to use the Destruction Sword to summon it from the Spell and Trap God Zone. Like so. Not bad so far. Interesting board. We're then going to go ahead and link the DMZ Dragon into our LP, our Pisty, and then we're going to use Pisty to revive the DMZ Dragon. We're then going to go ahead and link these two together and summon out our Dillingerous Dragon. We're then going to go ahead and use the Dillingerous and the Halki Fibrax. And we're going to actually, no, we don't actually want to do it that way. What we're going to do instead, because I've actually realized there's a better way we can do this with the LP and the Pisty, because we can actually just go ahead and make the Romulus here. So we're going to go ahead and turn these two into Romulus. And then we're going to trigger Romulus, which is going to go ahead and special summon from the deck. We'll add from our deck to our hand a Dragoonity Lance or a Dragon's Ravine. The card we're going to add is going to be the Dragoonity Lance. Like this board is a lot more susceptible to hand traps, but it's a lot more different and can be actually considered a lot better. So I'm interested to see where I go with this. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to use the Dragoonity Lance, and we're going to equip from the deck our Dragoonity Phalanx. So equip the Phalanx. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use the Phalanx effect to special summon it. And we're going to then link these two together. And we're going to special summon out the Apollousa now. So we've got a 2-negate Apollousa again. We're then going to go ahead and link this is engraved. We're then going to go ahead and link these two together to go ahead and make our IP Masquerena. And we're going to then use Rocket Tracer Dragon to destroy this and special summon a rocket monster from the deck. We're going to special summon from the deck our... Where is it? Where's the other Recharger? There it is. The Rocket Recharger. And we're then going to go ahead and synchro these two. Sorry, when the Rocket Recharger is actually special summoned, do I have a... Wait, no, we didn't use the thing, so no. We're going to just go ahead and synchro these two. And we're going to summon out the Boral Savage. Boral Savage will trigger, and we're going to equip a monster from our graveyard. We'll go ahead and equip the Crystal Halki Fibrax because it gives us the most attack. And we're going to use the DMZ Dragon effect to target our Boral Savage Dragon. And we're going to equip the Buster Sword, Destruction Sword to it. And then that pretty much means we can still do one more thing because we open the Chaos Dragon Levianair. We're going to go ahead and banish 1, 2, and 3, and summon out the Chaos Dragon Levianair, which discards a random card from our opponent's hand again. So that was a really good board again. Like, it was done a lot differently because obviously we opened 2 rocket monsters, and we opened only really were able to do all of this because we had to go ahead and use the World Legacy Guard Dragon to revive and then get the additional monsters. But in all honesty, that was a really strong hand, and even though we didn't have to use the last card, because technically we used 3 cards in our hand to get to this board, I think we did a really, really strong board here. Like, we've got the IP Masquerena, which is going to guarantee us an Underworld Goddess during our opponent's turn with the Chaos Dragon Levianair, the DMZ Dragon, and the IP Masquerena. We've also got the Boral Savage with 2 negates on it, and also guaranteed extra deck lock. And then we've got the Apollousa, which is also 2 negates, and it's just really, really strong. The Boral Savage will only do 1 negate, but it's got 2 negates over turns. But that's actually really, really strong. I think we actually did a really, really strong hand there, and that was a route that I've never taken before. I've never tried that route before because, well, I've never had the route in tested hands yet. Because obviously this is a deck that I've been testing for a few days, and I knew in the old Dragon Link deck that hands like that do appear, but just being able to do it like that was that was kind of cool. That was interesting to me. So nice. That was that hand. So let's go ahead and do the last hand now, because we always do about 3 hand tests in these videos, and see where we can go, see what we can do, because obviously we've opened Chaos Dragon Levianair in each of those hands, but I want to see how far we can go. I want to see what else we can do. So let's go ahead, shuffle it up, see what we get. Hopefully it will be a much different hand, and hopefully it'll be really good. I just want to see what we can do with it. So let's go ahead, cut it up, shuffle it up. Hopefully it'll be good, and we'll have a final hand. And Charmander, I know I misplayed game 1. Stop giving me that glare. Like, yeah. But let's go ahead, draw 5 cards, and see where we can go. So, 5 cards. Let's see what we got. So we start with a Skullmeister, not really going to do anything for our combo. Gamma, so we can stop opponent. Abzerao Dragon, Rocket Tracer, and a Rocket Recharger. Basically the same hand as before, but without the revival. So, interesting. So what we're going to do, I already know what I'm going to kind of do with this hand. We're going to go ahead and start off by normal summoning the Rocket Recharger. And we're then going to go ahead and special summon out the Abzerao Dragon. We're then going to go ahead and link away... Actually, no, we're not going to summon the Rocket Recharger. We're going to summon the Tracer, because I want to have the Tracer. I want to summon the Tracer. And we're going to go ahead and link away the Tracer Dragon. So, interesting different hand here. And we're going to go ahead and then use the summon the Striker Dragon and use the Striker Dragon's effect to add a Boot Sector launch from our deck to our hand. So, where is the Boot Sector launch? There it is. Okay. So, we've got the Boot Sector launch and we've got the Abzerao Dragon. What we're going to do after this is we're going to go ahead and use the Abzerao and use the Striker Dragon, and we're going to go ahead and make the Romulus. We're going to make Romulus Chainlink 1 and Abzerao Chainlink 2, and then we're going to go ahead and search from our deck a Dragoonity Lance and another Rocket Tracer. Wherever they are. So Rocket Tracer, and where's the Dragoonity Lance? There we go. Dragoonity Lance and Rocket Tracer. So those are the 2 we get. And then we're going to go ahead and activate the Dragoonity Lance. And we're going to equip the Dragoonity Lance onto the Romulus. And then use the Lance to go ahead and special summon a Phalanx from the deck. So we summon the Phalanx. Where's the Phalanx? Where is it? There, it's obviously the last card in the deck. So we summon out the Phalanx. And now that we've got the Phalanx on board, what we're going to do is we're going to go and use the Boot Sector launch now. And we're going to activate the Boot Sector launch, and we're going to summon the Rocket Recharger and the Tracer Dragon. We're then going to go ahead and link the Rocket Recharger and the Phalanx. And we're going to summon out the Crystal Halqifibrax just like we have done before. I'm going to use the Halqifibrax to go ahead and summon from our deck the Dragoonity Destruction Sword, and we're then going to go ahead and link the Romulus and the Crystal Halqifibrax into an Appaloosa again. Pretty much the same as before. And then what we do is we just go ahead and link the Destruction Sword, make an LP on the board. This is gone. And then we're going to use LP, which will summon the DMZ from the deck. Go ahead and summon that. We're then going to use DMZ Dragon's effect, which is going to actually go ahead and equip the Phalanx this time to our LP or Tracer, and then we're going to use Phalanx to summon it out. And we're going to then link the DMZ Dragon, making the Pisty, and then we're going to summon back the DMZ Dragon, and we're then going to go ahead and use the LP and the Pisty to summon out... where is it? The Dillinger's Dragon. And because we can actually do it that way... Yeah, because this only locks us, if I remember correctly, into Dark Monsters from the extra deck. So what we're going to do now is we are going to go ahead and link the Phalanx. Yeah, the Phalanx and the Dillinger's Dragon. And we're going to summon out the Triple Burst. Yeah, we'll summon... It doesn't really matter where it goes, we'll just put it there. So we're going to summon out the Triple Burst Dragon, and then what we're going to do is we're going to use the Dillinger's Dragon to... Because we've already used it to equip the Phalanx once, we're going to use it actually again to use it to equip the second Phalanx again, and we're going to then summon the Phalanx back. And we're then going to go ahead and use DMZ Dragon, so we're going to link this away. We're going to summon the Striker Dragon. We're then going to trigger the Striker Dragon's effect, which is going to go ahead and add back the Rocket Recharger. And then we're going to use the Rocket Recharger targeting our Striker Dragon to then summon the DMZ Dragon back again. So we're doing it again, boys. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to not do that yet. We're going to go ahead and use the Tracer Dragon's effect to go ahead and destroy the Boot Sector launch to summon a Rocket Recharger from our deck. And what did I tell you guys? Like, this is just, it does a lot of different ways to get to different combos, but it does them really well. So we go ahead and summon these two. And what we're going to do next is we're going to go ahead and synchro these two. And we're going to summon the Saruja Savage Dragon again, not Saruja. And we're going to equip to him our Crystron Hauki Fibrax. And after that, what we're going to do is we're going to turn these two... sorry, no, we're not going to do that yet. We have to go ahead and use the DMZ Dragon effect to go ahead and equip the Destruction Sword onto the Boral Savage. Then we just go ahead and use these two. And we summon out the the IP Masquerena. So during our so literally right now, we have got the Appaloosa 2 negates. We've got the IP Masquerena with this on board, so we can go ahead and turn that into anything. And if this card survives till next turn, we can go ahead and get rid of it and summon back things from the graveyard. And also, legit, we've got the Gamma, which is pretty much irrelevant, but we've also got the Skullmeister in hand that just allows us to stop our opponent from playing the game. Stop their effects. But obviously, if we do use the Appaloosa as well, we can just go ahead and use the Appaloosa with the IP. And, like, legit, like, the whole reason we play the Nightmare Unicorn and the Underworld Goddess is for situations like this, where we can go ahead and use... Sure, we have the Appaloosa with 2 negates, but if we use those 2 negates, we can still make the Underworld Goddess. But if we don't want to do that and we just want to get rid of opponent's monster through a different way, we just go ahead and summon out the Nightmare Unicorn. So this is kind of what we got here. We've got a Nightmare Unicorn, basically, or we've got an Underworld Goddess with 2 negates still, but prior to that, you've got the Boral Savage as well, which is just 1 negate, and then we've got the Buster Locker there too. But, guys, that is the hand testing video for this version of Dragon Link. Honestly, absolutely insane. I don't think I have to tell you how many combos that we just did. 2 of them were actually just really bad hands where we opened 3 rocket monsters and, well, 2 rocket monsters, and we were able to still play through that entire hand and make an insane board. And obviously those hands are way more susceptible to hand traps. Like, we can lose the hand traps a lot easier through those kind of hands. But nonetheless, we can do it really easily, and I think that's just absolutely insane how Dragon Link getting the Buster Lock back is now here, and it's absolutely insane, and I can't believe it. But guys, that's going to be the video. Thanks so much for watching. I know I made a misplay in that first test hand, but we're still able to make an absolutely insane board. I hope you did enjoy the video. Honestly, these test standing videos are always really, really fun to do because it shows you guys different routes that I can get. It gives you random hands. It gives you different perspectives on the combos. And if I find something new during those combos, it makes me happy to show you guys that as well. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. And Charmander, he might flamethrow me for that misplay. We cool? We cool? Later. Later.